All right, guys, good morning. Dr. Greg here. Continuing on our lab review series, let's talk about your immune system, the white blood cell, the WBC. This is the top marker in a lab called the complete blood count. Your white blood cell is an intricate part of your immune system. In functional medicine, we want that range to be between 5 and 8. Remember, there's a different range between functional medicine and disease-based care. Typically, disease or Western medicine is between 4 and 10. So let's talk about this. Let's use some terms of war, for example. So if your immune system detects an intruder, right, and it's healthy, it deploys the troops, which means if you have a healthy, appropriate response to an infection, we'll actually see elevated white blood cells. So I would see white blood cells above 8. And then if your immune system does its job, it kills the infection, and then they drop back down and says, all right, who's next? Now, what I see in my world of autoimmune disease, by the way, if you have autoimmune disease, you got to pay attention and share this with those that are being impacted by autoimmune disease. Typically what I see is many times, so again, same situation, the intruder comes in and they're good and we can't kill them. So many times when I run that CBC, I will see that level close to 5 or below, which tells me that we sensed an intruder, but we didn't have the horsepower to get rid of them and they're still there. So what happens then, we also look at what's called the differentials, which is the breakdown of the white blood cell. Now that tells us an idea of kind of the families of infection that might be there, but it does not tell us exactly what infection it is. Now let's talk about autoimmunity. So I believe that the body responds appropriately to its environment always. So let's go back to that situation of low white blood cells and that infection's there. And in war, we're in the middle of a firefight. Now, Western medicine says in autoimmunity, your body is stupid. It's gone rogue. Your immune system's gone rogue. Where I say that doesn't make sense to me. So here's what I've found. Autoimmunity, again, you're in that firefight. Your body's trying to kill the enemy. And for whatever reason, the good guy gets in the way. Friendly fire, right? So instead of giving an immunosuppressive medication, we have to go after the enemy. So again, if your white blood cells are 5 and below, there's actually better testing that can be ran. I test and treat a lot of people for Lyme disease. By the way, if you had the Western blot or the ELISA, horribly insensitive. So there's better testing now. But big picture wise, if you have an autoimmune disease, look at your white blood cell counts. If they're 5 or below, it tells me you've been battling for days, months, years, decades in some cases. So check your numbers. Let's chat.